time. All right, this is our public stream for the quality group conversation. We will upload this shortly.
Great, thank you, Marissa, and thanks everyone for being safe, staying safe. Welcome to the quality department group conversation for the start of February. Recordings have been provided, also slides attached in the agenda. Feel free to look at them as we go through questions. In the key review slides, there are 5 topics: contributions, bugs, pipelines, reference architectures, and GCP costs, GCP dashboard. So feel free to vocalize your questions after that. Nick, you have the first one. Thanks for your first question.
Yeah, it's more a reverse question and saying thanks. GitLab ran a documentation hackathon in January, driven by a lot of passion from the technical writers team. If anyone of the technical writers team is here, thank you. But for the recording, also thank you for everyone else and the help from a lot of other team members. There was a lot of contributions merged. The results were astonishing. So I wanted to thank everyone that helped. Secondly, we're looking to hold and support more contribution events in the Q1, so the upcoming quarter, that can be opportunities for both our wider community as for GitLab. So if you would have any suggestions on topics, contributor success, which is a team under quality, is curious to hear from you or your team to see if we can support you run those events and run those contributions. So if there would be any other reply or remark, you know where to find me.
Yeah, thanks for that, Nick. I'm going to point folks to the slide attached as well. Though the increase is not as high as we would like, we see an increase of returning contributors. So retention is getting better. And there's an analysis year over year, we're up by 10% overall for both new and also returning contributors. And Nick, thank you for planning this question here. I think we're looking forward to increased visibility in other areas as well, like technical writing, UX issues, and more likely tests as well. Okay, that's great. I see a number of SAs or solutions architects on the call. There's a slide on bugs as well. I just want to highlight that we are making progress on customer impacting bugs, S1s and S2s, and we will continue that momentum into FY24 Q1 with support from engineering as well. I see Tim typing. Thanks for the questions, Tim.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and verbalize it. I'm curious about Switchboard. I believe it's a mechanism or a product that we have. Who owns that? And is it? I'm assuming it's just for GitLab dedicated right now. Do we have larger plans for it? And how does that fit into the quality goals?
Yeah, thanks for asking this question. So it's part of dedicated. It's built upon reference architectures, and we have existing team members who have worked on that foundation now evolved into dedicated. We own the testing and validation part of it, and we're hiring for one software engineers and tests for dedicated right now. So we'll still help with the reference architecture testing, which is the foundation, and also the switchboard, the control plane validation and testing. I think we have that as a goal in FY24 Q1. As of who owns it in quality, I would say Vinci, who's on the call, owns the quality section of switchboard. Not sure, Vinci, you want to chime in and give more color to what I've already added.
You are actually spot on, Mac. Thank you. So majority of the things I mentioned is what we're planning to do. We're also looking into having an opportunity to kind of execute our existing end-to-end test and in dedicated environment as a whole. That would be an added test coverage when Switchboard comes into play. So reference architecture testing, added test coverage for switchboard, and existing end-to-end test coverage for dedicated environment. These are primarily 3 goals we have in mind for dedicated as a whole. Does that help answer your question, Tim?
Absolutely. Thank you.
Let me do a reverse question. Are you excited for a dedicated team?
I am excited when dedicated can be more widely available to the commercial segment of GitLab's business of customers less than 2,000 employees.
Customers less than 2,000 employees. I see.
Yeah.
So testing on instances with less than 2,000 users provisioned.
Correct. Yeah. So right now, I think how dedicated is being rolled out, it's primarily for larger installations at this time.
Understood. Okay, that's good signal for us. We will keep an eye out on the 2,000 user reference architectures and how it fits into dedicated. That's good to know. Let's continue discussing that as well. I'm sure it would help with your area. Cool. I see a few members from the engineering productivity team here as well. I do want to give a shout out in the slide, in the first slide in pipeline efficiency. Both master pipeline stability and review app has recovered, and this team has been working very hard on making sure our development pipelines are stable, feedback is given accurately. We're also working on the test intelligence, so running selective tests for front end and back end, and not running the full pipeline, and that would increase speed feedback towards the developers. I just want to give a shout out to the engineering productivity team who's doing a great job here. I think Alina, Remy, thank you for your work.
Yeah, thank you.
I'll give it a few more questions. Feel free to look at the slides. There are no wrong questions here. Happy to give more insights and information to any curiosities from the team.
I want to give a quick shout out to the contributor success team. I feel like what you're building is much more like a locomotive, in that the progress might not look stellar right now, but I do feel like we're building the right things. And I'm really excited to see what this is going to look like a year from now, 2 years from now, because I think there's a lot of momentum that is gaining right now. And I think the results are going to be evident later.
Thank you for that. I really believe the same. I'm hoping to see those results, and I'm confident we will.
Yeah, thanks for that, Tim. It's hard to build momentum, and yeah, I think locomotive is a really good analogy. You're spending a lot of effort building, but then you don't see much movement, much distance. But once that adds on, we will probably see a lot more into the next year. Kudos to Nick and his team. I'm not sure we have any contributor success members on the call, but yeah, big shout out to Nick's team as well, if you're watching this.
Remy is here, and he started together with me with this locomotive. We did like a small locomotive to a bigger one. So also thank you, Remy.
Remy is everywhere. Thanks, Remy.
Thanks.
I guess that brings us to the end of the agenda, as there are no more questions. So let's give time back as per GitLab values. We'll see you again in roughly, I believe, 2 months. And I look forward to showcase the progress from the quality department. Thank you.